begin this visit to Lissis Moor where we left off the previous one, with a Longmoor Military Railway austerity saddle tank and an old LMS brake van in platform 3. Their duty today is to pick up the 2 box vans in the short siding and transfer them to Longmoor Army Depot. The brake van is temporarily left at the end of the platform 3 loop line, and the loco returns to the platform. With the loco safely paused in the loop, we observe an up local stopping service slow and come to a halt at platform 2. After what seems the briefest of stops, the 2-bill EMU sets off again, bound for Guildford. The austerity tank is now free to resume its shunting activities, and first moves forwards to couple to the 2 box vans in the short siding. Shunting is a long, slow process, even if, as today, the only task is to collect 2 box vans, couple them to a brake van, and transfer the whole consist a few miles up the line. Eventually, however, the train is assembled and pauses in platform 3 so the driver and fireman can have a well-earned break and, of course, a lovely cup of tea. The southern region often witnessed trains from the Midlands and the North heading for the south coast ports and resorts. One such interregional train, headed by a warship diesel hydraulic with matching maroon Mark I coaches, is seen here heading towards Portsmouth. Finally, WD-196 and train leaves for Longmoor with another load of military supplies. Next, a Class 33 on an up ballast train hurries through platform 2. Another 2-bill EMU service, this time on a Portsmouth bound stopping train, pauses briefly at platform 1 and shortly afterwards continues on its way. In the 1960s, mail and parcels traffic was an important source of revenue for British Railways. Whole trains of parcel vans were run every day, picking up and dropping off parcels at all the major stations. There are a number of sacks on the up platforms of Lissis Moor awaiting collection today, as the parcels train comes to a stand in platform 3. Whilst the mail sacks and parcels are being loaded, Another stopping train arrives and pauses briefly in platform 2. There are quite a number of shots of two-bill EMUs in this video, but I make no apologies, I love them. It looks like the mail sacks have now all been loaded and the parcels train moves off. The Class 73 Electro Diesel is a very useful and versatile loco, as it has an onboard diesel engine for when it's not on the juice. Introduced from 1962 onwards, many examples are still in use today on British Rail, and several have been preserved. Another important revenue source at this time was the carriage of fuel oils. This train is headed for the docks at either Portsmouth or Southampton. The Southern region and its predecessor, the Southern Railway, were known predominantly for carrying passengers, especially commuters, but a large amount of freight was also carried. A 2MT tank hurries through Lissis Moor with a downed van train. Talking of passengers, the Southern had always operated a number of prestigious Pullman trains hauled by their Top Link Express locos. But in the final years of operation, occasional diesel haulage was used, as seen here. A Class 47 heads the up Bournemouth Belle, diverted because of engineering works. After the exotic, now back to the humdrum. A Longmoor Military Railway passenger service enters platform 3. The service was restricted to servicemen, service families and civilian employees only, other than on public operating days. During the war years and after, hundreds of servicemen changed trains here at weekends, but by the mid-60s things were much quieter, and a one-coach train as seen here was normally sufficient. Austerity saddle tank number WD 196 leaves its 1X Eastern Region suburban coach in platform 3 and runs round. I did mention earlier I rather like the Southern Railway's two-bill EMUs, and so here is the final shot of one pausing in platform 1, before heading south to Havant. Dusk is falling now, and the lights in the carriage are turned on, as the LMR train starts its final journey of the day, bound for Longmoor. That ends our visit to Lissis Moor, so that's all for now. See you next time.